Can you talk a little bit about that portion and why it was important for you to get that message across of balance in the way that we eat?
Yeah, and connecting back again to what's good for you, and also, of course, what might be good for the rest of the world. But you know me, clean eating doesn't make sense. It's like, what is that? Like, what does that even mean? Like, where do you draw the line? Like, what food is clean versus what food is dirty? And then we just try to put so much stigmatism on certain aspects of food. So my first thing is just understanding the difference between food versus food stuff. Food stuff, of course, all right, we know that's not clean. We know, like Velveeta cheese, you can't call it clean. It's not real, right? It's
Wow, we
just
just
like,
went for Belvita. That's crazy.
it's just a situation where I'm like, let's not think about things that are clean. Let's just think about the properties of food. Let's throw away the judgment surrounding food so that we could have more honest conversations about food. Because you could get so deep into it where you could be like, we could talk about the carbohydrate insulin hypothesis of obesity, and then we should never consume carbohydrates at all because it triggers a lack of satiation, and then your insulin goes up, and then your blood sugar, and
Getting
most people
anxiety.
like, yeah, most people like, what? Like, that means every carbohydrate you could possibly eat is bad. Or you have people that are like, fiber is actually not good for you. It actually creates more issues within your digestive system. Like, all right, hold up, wait a minute. Let's look at food in totality. Let's throw out the concept of clean. Let's throw out, nutritional absolutism, I like to say. And let's just approach food. Let's just see these food. Let's understand it, and let's get connected back to the aspects of eating as they may be, but release so much judgment so we can enjoy some things that might not be so as good for us, but in terms of long-term health will have no drawbacks. And then we could consume things where in the short term they might not be absolutely delicious, but will still have benefits for us both in short, medium, and long term. So just taking a real approach to food, because there's so much we know, there's also so much we don't know. So to say to never eat meat, to say to only eat vegetables, to say to only eat meat and do that, it's just, most people get no benefit of that.
I mean, you went on masterclass and said you eat a cookie, and I beg to differ.
You've seen me eat cookies.
This is obviously a massive new audience that you are now getting to work with, which is so cool and so exciting. But I'm curious to hear what you want that key takeaway to be for this new audience who might just be getting to know you on the masterclass stage.
So I just want people on the masterclass stage to know that it's worth it, to know that it's okay to take care of yourself in a way that isn't overindulgent or so difficult. And it can ebb and flow, but there are just consistent practices that perhaps you should always have for best results. I'm not telling you you can never watch TV at night because of blue lights interference with your circadian rhythms, but I'll let you know that, maybe it's probably good to have a bedtime routine in which you go to bed and wake up similarly at the same day, and that it's okay to figure out what works for you, what works for you. It's okay to not completely know. And I want the masterclass audience to kind of break out of the apathy that's associated with kind of middle class living. We're safe, but we don't do uncomfortable things. We don't push ourselves a little bit more. We don't hold people accountable who should be. And one of the things that I hint at in the class is the social impact implications of taking care of yourself, and then how then you could should do things for other individuals. So that's really what I want to get people to take away. It's like, I don't claim to be a guru. I just claim to be a headmaster that hopefully curate some things that can make it a little bit better. And then I'm inviting you to create your own school of professors, of teachers, of classmates, of whatever, on your own personal journey towards wellness and health, however deep you want to go.